Right then, hello, it's Martin here again with another one of my interviews with featuring some of my favourite musicians from the Birmingham music scene, and anybody that's a fan of that scene will recognise this guy here. It's Mike Sheridan, everybody.
Hi there.
Thanks a lot, Mike, for seeing us today.
No problem, no problem. Lovely to be here.
And you're looking well.
Thank you.
May I say?
You are as well.
You've been around a few years.
Yes, you don't have to mention that though.
So we've got a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the early days then, before we go to the music. I take it you were born in the area?
Sparkbrook.
Right.
That's an area in Birmingham Central. Yeah, born there. Moved various places. Ended up, before I started my musical career, at a place called the Maypole, which is Kings Heath way, for those that know Birmingham well. First gig was in a pub there called the Maypole Pub.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. And do you come from like a musical family, or?
No.
No?
Mum used to play the accordion a bit.
Right.
Rather badly. But that was it, no. Didn't even know I was musical till around about 16. Age of 16.
Oh, right. So you weren't into the school or anything?
No, nothing didn't interest me.
No?
It's amazing, no.
So at 16 then, what were you listening to the radio and thinking, oh, I'd like to do that, or?
No, it's actually started, a mate of mine, a bloke called Bob Tranter, and I made a guitar. He made a guitar, and I made a guitar, but he was quite well off, he was, and he made his guitar a proper one out of plywood and all the, but I made mine out of cardboard.
Right.
Corrugated cardboard. And he obviously didn't play, so I used this, but never got to play guitar right until the end of '76 when I started playing guitar. I played a bit of piano, so that was how I started, That's my dog, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear him in the background, passing comment.
Is he a fan of yours?
No.
No. So your first band then, was it a band that you put together, or did somebody ask you to?
It was no. What happened was there was a competition at the Maypole pub to find. They used to have an Elvis of the Midlands. People would go in and find the Elvis of the Midlands. And this guy came in, and I was playing piano there at the pub, and he said, "Do you know I Go Ape?" Nelson Dark, I think. And I said, "I don't think I do. It's got 4 chords in that." And he said, I'm doing a talent show." He says, "And I'd like you to play piano for me." I says, "Okay, yeah, I'll go that." So I learnt the song. And when the night of the talent show came up, and he didn't turn up. And the guy who ran the talent competition said, "What are we going to do now?" And he got all his mates there, this Elvis guy. All his mates had come into the pub. He didn't turn up, so I said, "Well, I'll do it if you like." So I did it, and came second to a bloke playing spoons, would you believe? There's no change in that, it still happens. And came second, and that's when I got the bug for it, And from then on, I started playing and looking to try and join a band, And then I was spotted playing at the Maypole pub by a guy called Cyril Viles, and he came in and said, "Do you want to join a band?" And I says, "Well, yes, I'd like to." He says, "On keyboards." I says, "Yeah, fine." But in those days, there was no electric pianos, it was piano in the pub. And they were a band called the Checkers, and which had Brian Cope, Maxie Griffiths, H, and another drummer, I can't remember his name, Albert somebody. So I joined them, and on piano, when there was a piano in the pub. If there wasn't, I didn't play.
Oh, right.
So that's how it's sort of evolved. And then they changed the name to the Night Riders and backed a bloke called Billy King. Came Billy King and the Night Riders. And I was playing piano with Billy King, but he said, "I'm going to pack up this and manage you lot," which brought me to the front of the then Night Riders. The only guy that stayed with us was Brian Cope and Max Griffiths. And then Billy King and the Night Riders. Billy King left to manage us, and I took the job as lead vocalist. Still on piano, because there was no pianos there in most of the places, or none that could play, and you couldn't. It was a job micing them up, and all that suit. I used to go to the front and sing you know, and that's how it started. And we went on from there, really. Basically, the band evolved through through the months and years with different lineups.
Is that when, did you change your name at that time?
No, we became like Sheridan the Night Rider. Although Billy King wanted to rejoin, but they wouldn't have that, so they didn't have Billy King back.
Right.
I don't know whether he's still alive, he should be. And so we carried on as Mike Sheridan Night Riders, and then which evolved into the Night Riders that you may know now, you know, with Brian Cope, Dave Pritchard, Roger Spencer, and myself. Oh, and that's right, no, that'll be the lineup, yeah.
Would this be about the early 60s, 62?
62, yeah, 62.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first met that lineup at St Nicholas's Church Hall in Bourneville. I met all that crowd, and then we got together and we started playing. Maxie Griffiths was the lead guitarist, that's right. He left, or he got the sack actually. He got the sack, and then we had Big Al Johnson.
All right.
Big Al, monster. He's still about. And it kind of evolved from there really until the Roy Wood days.
Mm.
You know.
And how long was it then after that you because you got a recording contract?
Do you know, I don't know probably know the dates better than I do. I think it was around about 63, 64. The Noddy Paramore came to town and
Did he come looking for you then, or were you looking?
No, he came looking for anybody.
Oh.
He was joining on the Liverpool thing that had happened, where Liverpool with the Beatles, any band in Liverpool was signed up and having hits. So I think Norrie Paramore then thought, well, I can do this in Birmingham, and he did. He signed up a load of Birmingham bands. Missed the bands like Moody Blues.
Oh.
He missed them. The Plunker. He missed them, and signed us up. And we auditioned. Would you believe? Myself and Roger Spencer. We did Gone Fishing. Bing Crosby thing with a pipe. We said he's never going to sign us up, and he did. That was it.
So you went off to London, and
we went off to. I couldn't believe, because I was a big Cliff Richard fan, Cliff and the Shadows. I couldn't believe that we were going to Abbey Road with the bloke who handled Cliff Richard. You know, it was just too much, and I'm the same label as Cliff, Columbia.
Yeah.
Big thing, big
you
time.
got some singles here. We've got a few here, and some of these are pretty rare, fetching quite a lot of money.
Well, yes, you can find them in all good antique shops.
Tell me what you're going to do.
That was the very first one.
Yeah.
The very first song, written by who was it? Gordon Mills, yeah, who went on to handle Tom Jones.
Oh right.
And Engelbert.
And you wrote the B-side of that.
I wrote the B-side. No Other Guy.
Guy.
Yep. My very first. In fact, the story behind No Other Guy was, we'd played with a Liverpool band, and one of the Liverpool standards was Some Other Guy. I think it was some Barrett Strong number or something. It was, and I couldn't remember it. And I said to the band, "Oh, we'd like to do that song, Some Other Guy, something Other Guy." And I thought, I ad-libbed it on stage. No Other Guy. And I thought it was called No Other Guy, and I ad-libbed it. I'm okay at doing. I can ad-lib songs, and it came out. And he said, when Norrie Palmer said, "We're going to get original," I said, "Oh, I've got this No Other Guy." He says, "Well, we'll do that then." So that's how it came about. So
did you just go and record 2 tracks at that time, or?
Yeah, you went down. You had 4 hours. You had to do the A and the B side in 4 hours, straight off live. Perhaps 1 or 2 overdubs, but not many. Not now, you know. In and out, and that's it. Gone next, please.
So they're basically live recordings, aren't
they? Basically,
apart from a few.
They are, yeah.
What's the next one? I don't know if I got these in order. Please, Mr. Postman, you did a version of that.
Yeah.
Motown.
Got the telegram. We were playing a pub in Birmingham called the Macadam. In those days, they had little telegram boys. I don't know if you remember. You might know. They had telegraph boys on motorbikes with telegrams, and he brought his telegram in, and came to us, and he said that would you be invited down to cover a Beatles song, Please, Mr. Postman. And I thought, oh, this is it. We've cracked it, because anything you touched for Beatles in those days was a hit. I mean, Fern, was it Fern Elliott? No, Fern. Somebody Fern had Money, and I hit with it, and everybody was having hits with Beatles stuff. And I said to the lads, we cracked it here, like this, Beatles song. But I didn't know it was a Beatles song. It was a Marvelette song, I think.
Yeah, it was the old Motown.
Yeah. Because they did a lot of that. They did a lot of that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did a lot of covers.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought it was a Lennon McCartney song.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And then the Carpenters did it as well, didn't they?
Exactly. And just after we did that, we were offered Applejacks did a song. Tell me when, I think it was.
Yeah.
We were offered it.
Yeah.
Turned it down.
Oh, right.
Plonker. Story of our lives. Of course, it got lots of. It was what they call a turntable hit.
Yes.
It sold a lot of records, but it was never a hit.
Never a hit.
I think it crept into the bottom 40s and crept out. But had a lot of players who used to do Radio Luxembourg and all the radio stations with it because of the connection with the Beatles, I think, really.
So you thought you'd made it then?
I thought we cracked it.
Yeah.
I thought, this is it, we're going to be famous, but it didn't happen. And they kept on I don't know what was the third one after that. Was that Take My Hand, was it?
Take My Hand.
Written by a Sheffield band called Knives and Forks.
All right.
Yep. They sent us the demo up, and we did that. It's one of my favourites. I like that.
That is a good song.
That was when Roy Wood joined.
Yeah.
Roy was with us then.
Roy was with you, and he wrote the B-side.
Yeah, he Make Them Understand it was called, and I remember him saying, I've written the song. And of course we poop it out, yeah. And he said, I'll play it to you. So he played to me personally, and it was a la Tom Jonesy thing. Tom Jones was big then, and he got that dun, so I tried to do a Tom Jones on it, and completely wrecked it. It's one of my vocal failures. It's awful. But he never said, like, that's pretty crap, that is, Mike. I just want to do that again. But he came out, Make Them Understand, yeah. And of course, after that, he was continually writing, but we never took Roy up on it. Never took him up on it. Just, yeah, okay.
Could you see anything special in Roy at the time that you thought?
Well, initially, I didn't want him in a band.
Oh.
I didn't want him in a band. It's a known fact.
Does he know that?
Oh, he knows that, yeah. He knows that. I was very cabaret influenced.
Oh, right.
You know, I was a big fan of the Hollies, still am, and I was very cabaret influenced because I used to think, well, that's where the money is. You want to last in this business, you've got to sort of be all round, and so I didn't want him when he came in because he dressed really weird. I mean, he was weird, to say the least. He still is the same, really. He's a very individual. And I didn't want him in the band, and we had auditions. Big Al held the auditions, and he said, "He's the best one." He said, "Roy Wood's the best one." And I said, "Okay." And we had a talk, and then I was outvoted, so he came in. And saying that, though, he brought a lot of things to the band, how to harmonise, and which we never did, really. We didn't know about harmonies, and he brought that in, and technically, guitarist-wise, he was better, I thought, than Big Al. It was raining. It's raining. Do you want to pause? It's raining, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break now. This is called a rain check. Okay? We'll see you in a little while.